Hello, folks. This is the Black Weasel, and today's One Piece chapter 835. The name of the chapter is called "The Island and the Nation of Souls." So we have another One Piece cover. It has to do with film Gold that was released last week. I never seen the film myself, but at the same time, because it's not out in English subs, I can't understand Japanese. And it's like Luffy's is playing. What in relation towards the film Gold, everyone's a part of the roulette table and a casino theme in general. There's more posters of film Gold. There's a wallpaper of One Piece. The text is supposed to say a color spread to celebrate both the successful initial release of film Gold and the series' 19th anniversary. Wow, time flies. One more year into the One Piece 20th anniversary. Sales of both newly released Volume 82 and the Super Fabulous Color 7 Wanga do incredibly well at the moment. More wallpaper. Let's get it over with. Alright, now the scene changes in Chocolate Town, and the narrator says, once every 6 months in his dream-like nation, each of his individual citizens are asked one question in particular. The question is straightforward: leave or life? Anyways, anyway, there's a big blob, a black blob that's saying leave or life. And the people online are saying life, and the next person, girl, says life. And the blob is taking something out of her, taking something out of the woman's body and placing it into the basket. This is kind of weirdish. And that was it. Now the scene changes towards the seducing woods, and Luffy yells out, "They keep multiplying," and they'll all make those weird animal noise sounds. You guys, just what in the world happened? Yeah, Chopper, Carrot, and Nami and Sanji are barking, meowing, and making squeaky sounds. Luffy yells out, "Sanji!" And Sanji is doing screet. And Luffy is pudding, tweet. And Chopper yelling out, "Woof, woof." And Carrot is hissing like a cat, and Nami says that untie me now or die. And Luffy says, "Whoa, what?" And then Luffy says, "This one's talking just like the original." And Nami yells out, "It's the real me." And Luffy says, "I'm do Dobby," because he got beaten up horribly by Nami. And Nami yells out, "I've been busting my behind looking for you. And how did you thank me by ambushing and snatching me and then tying me up?" And Nami copy saying, "Hoot hoot." And the Sanji is saying mew. And Nami's saying, the original Nami saying, I have to admit, this is beyond strange. And you're right, that's, she's the hidden spinning image for me from head to toe. This wouldn't even be an issue if the real individual would just mix in along with the sea of imposters you found. Um, and Luffy says, wait a second, then this means you guys didn't purposely multiply for fun. And Nami yells out, that's physically impossible. And Nami says, geez, you continue to reach new heights of idiocy. And, Nami says, you should have an inkling as to what's been going on, shouldn't you? I mean, you were just quietly sitting back and watching as this ambush unfolded. No, she was talking towards the big guy. And the big guy says, I have a good excuse, though. I can't move. And Luffy says, attack? Did something happen? And Nami says, we were attacked by you, Luffy. And Luffy says, me? And Nami says, well, to be exact, it was an impossible. And Nami says, well, to be exact, it was an imposter impersonating you who tagged along with us as we repeatedly made futile attempts to escape from this forest. Then out of the blue, the imposter transformed into this huge woman, and in the scene, flashbacks towards chapter 833, I believe, and Brule says, take a look at the scar on my face. Isn't it just terrible? And Carrot asks, who are you? And Brule says, the name's Brule. And Brule says, the thing is, whenever I see such flawless, alluring faces, I'm overcome with the urge to slice them up. And Nami yells out, help! And Nami says, where is Luffy? And Chopper yells out, Nami! And Brule says, who knows, but chances are he's probably lost somewhere deep inside this forest by now. And Nami gets a climb attack as she pulls the climb attack out of cleavage, and she holds on to it. And she used the extending pull to jab Brule in the stomach, and she managed to get out of her grasp. And Nami yells that was close. And Nami says, "Thank you, Usopp." And Brule says, "Why, you little." Yeah. And Brule starts charging at Nami. Meanwhile, Carrot charges at the blue, and there's a shot of Brule again, surprised as hell. And I think Carrot uses Ellie Claw, but at the same time, what Brule does was use a mirror. Her uses her mirror powers, and apparently Carrot is punching herself, and Carrot is looking at it, and her claw power attack is about to go towards herself, like boing. And Brule uses reflection, and the same claw attack sends her flying. And she starts laughing in a weird way. And Nami yells out, "Carrot!" And Chopper says, "Carrot's fist shot at that mirror thing." And Chopper is surprised as hell. And Brule says, "I am a mirror human who ate the mirror food." And Brule also says, "Just as a mirror reflects all the light cast upon it, if you try to punch it, my mirror, it will simply reflect my blood right back at you." And Carrot is pissed at what just happened, and Carrot starts charging again. And Carrot says, "I'll just shatter that stupid mirror of yours into pieces." And Nami says, "Careful, Carrot." And Carrot continues to charge at Brule, and Brule uses a special attack called Mirror World. And Carrot is into the mirror, and Carrot is in the Mirror World. And she yells out, screaming like, "Arg!" And Nami is very, very shocked at what just happened. She says, "What?" And Carrot is pounding on the mirror, and she says, "Huh? I can't get out." And Chopper is very, very surprised about this. And Carrot continues to yell out, "I can't escape! I can't escape! Let me out of here!" And Brulette says, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah. That's one down." And Nami says, "What in the world did you do? Give Carrot back to us." And Chopper says, "Nami, don't go near her." And Brulette says, "Don't you fret. I don't plan on killing you. Besides, haven't you all realized it by now?" And Carrot says, "No!" And Nami yells at Carrot. Um, and Brulette tells and Chopper and Nami says, "Mama is well aware that you all trespassing on her territory. Were you under this impression that you had infiltrated the island? Well, sorry to burst your bubble, but the only reason I'm here is because Mama ordered it." Huh? That's weird. I thought she was in a regular territory. And Brulette says, "That one over there. These ones over here. All nothing." He didn't say. She didn't say anything about the big guy. Brulette says, "All those guys over there, and even that one over there, we all received the same orders from her. Let the Straw Hats wander around aimlessly for a bit. But under no circumstances are you let them meet up with Sanji. When you finally confront them, make sure they fully understand the consequences of going against my wishes." Uh-oh, this is taking a turn for the worst. And Brulette yells out, "Now then, homies, make sure you don't lose sight of those two." And the talking tree says, "Are we allowed to move now?" And start making their way towards Chopper and Nami. And apparently, a vine grabs one of Chopper's legs, and he yells out ack noise, "Ah!" And Nami yells out, "Chopper!" And Chopper says, "Nami, run, we're outnumbered right now. Luffy has zero chance of making it out safely if all three of us get caught. You have to find him and tell him what's going on." And Chopper says, "I'll hold them and buy you as much time as I can." And Chopper eats a rumble ball, and he yells out, he says, "Rumble!" And Chopper and I think Chopper says, we're up against the crew of one of the four emperors, and it just dawned on me that we underestimated them greatly. Oh, holy crap! And, this is very, very shocking, to say the least. And Chopper yells out a boring noise, and he is his monster form. And all the most of the seducing woods start get a little bit surprised. So Chopper's gonna go on a rampage, and Nami says, "Okay, I'll be back shortly with reinforcements." And Brulette says, "Yeah, yeah, this is amazing. I had you pegged as an interesting one from the get-go. But to think that this would be the extent of your ability, Mama's going to be ecstatic." And Brulette says she was never going to be content with all the races of the world. So she's been collecting all manner of beasts on the side as well. And apparently this is where the flashback ends. And Nami continues running. And the tree starts saying, come out, whatever you are, little girl." And Nami says, "And so, since then, I've been running through these woods like a chicken with his head cut off, stumbling through the dark trying to find you." And Luffy says, "That's crazy. I'm glad that we're finding each other. Now hurry up and go save Chopper and Carrot. Where are they?" And somebody says, "Right here." And Nami says, "The story..." And Nami says, "The story I just told you took place right here. But as you can see, there isn't a single trace of anyone." That's weird. Okay. And Nami says, "So that's why I've been interrogating the big guy over here. You must have been watching the whole time. Where are Chopper and Carrot? Character explained why neither that woman Brule or nor that weird tree henchman didn't harm a single hair on your head. And Nami says the only logical explanation is that you're the accomplished. And the big guy says, me, their ally? Well, I guess I won't exactly call them my enemies. The big guy says, I'll gladly tell you all that I know. But first, walk over in that direction to your left and grab me some of that sweet, sweet apple juice. And Luffy yells out, we don't have time for that. And Luffy says, but if you actually tell us something useful, I'll be happy to get you all the juice your heart desires. And the big guy says, you mean that? And Luffy says, of course. Besides, you've been talking about so much that I kind of want to try drinking some too. And the big guy says, by the way, you seem pretty strong. And the big guy tells Nami, but you not so much. And Nami says, well, I'll have you know I am very much so. Why do you even ask? And the big guy says, well, I see. I guess you can't judge a book by its cover. But that reindeer guy was obscenely strong too. But those trees still pounced on him without the slightest bit of hesitation. Those guys really never stopped until they accomplished their mission. And there's a flashback of Chopper rampaging through and attacking the trees. And Nami says, now that you mention it, what made those guys decide to stop pursuing me after a while? Nami says, in my case, after I beat the living crap out of him, they stopped harassing me. How is that they're able to move in the first place? And the big guy says, well, here in Totland, every 6 months, each citizen is required to pay a toll. A month's worth of the soul given to a nation in exchange for safety and protection. And Luffy says, soul? And the big guy says, well, basically, they have to give up part of the lifespan. Everyone who lives here loses 2 months of their lives in a single year, and a year's worth in 6. Yeah, that's weird. And Luffy asks, how's that even possible? And the big guy says, well, you see, Lilin and Big Mom is an ability user who ate the soul fruit. Yes, we have it. A Yonku whose devil fruit abilities have been revealed, and it's the soul fruit. And the big guy says she's able to freely interact with people's souls, and with that power, she takes some time out of citizens' lifespans and sprinkle those human souls throughout the island. And once this is done, the souls settle into random objects or things, and they end up getting humanized. Just to be clear, the souls cannot enter a corpse or the body of somebody else, even though the shadow can. I'm pretty sure this is like the opposite of the shadow fruit. You cannot put shadows into objects. That's not how it works. What you can do was use souls. The big guy says, so those guys standing over there are just some of the things that those souls I mentioned earlier decided to settle inside. They're called the homies. Oh, that's nice, the homies. Anyways, the big guy says, as for the collection assignments of these pieces of soul, that's all handled by the incarnations made out of Big Mom's own soul. That is the secret behind the reality here. No wonder they're all black. And Nami says, that chocolate town we visited earlier also had lots of living things that had no business being alive. Now it's starting to all make sense. And Nami says, what an outrageous ability. And Nami says, is that why we came across a talking crocodile and a humanoid rabbit too? And the big guy says, yep, that is correct. It only stops the souls from settling into animals. And Nami says, wait, so is that what's going on with these guys too? And the big guy says, that's an entirely different story. Those are just some animals that were transformed by Brule's ability. And Luffy's starting to get pissed the hell off. And he says, You could have said so earlier. I mean, you're right here the whole time. And the big guy says, yeah, but I really didn't want to get involved. And Nami says, if you actually don't want to be involved, why did you bury yourself here? And Nami and Luffy's really starting to get pissed off. And Luffy says, just spit it out, and I'll give you some juice. And the big guy starts. And the big guy pauses for a moment, and he says, anyways, the big guy says, well, long ago, way in the past, I was once the husband of Charlotte Linlin, also otherwise known as the pirate Big Bomb. And Luffy and Nami are very surprised. Holy crap, I can't believe it. This guy's Big Mom's husband. Huh, now it's all starting to make sense. What the heck? And the big guy says, but once I gave her $2 together, she threw me to the curb. And as for the reason why nobody attacks me, well, the truth is nobody really gives a damn about me. That sucks ass. And the scene changes, and somebody grabs them by the hair and pulls them out. And the big guy says, owie, owie, owie. And the guy who did it, he surprised the hell out of Luffy and Nami. And Luffy and Nami both yell out, huh? And the guy says, have you lost your friggin' mind? And the big guy says, no. And the other big guy says, you willingly and in detail gave precious intel to our enemies, you fool. And apparently, the big guy is not really a giant at all. He just has a giant head. And Luffy and Nami both yell out, with that large head, he assumed he'd be a giant. And Luffy and Nami assume that he had giant body and legs as well, but that doesn't make any sense. And the big guy says, wait, Cracker, at least let me see Chipton one last time. I heard that she got married. The least you can do is let me congratulate her. Please let me speak to Lin. And the big guy says, I also heard that Lola ran away, but she's also someone I still hold near and dear to my heart. And Nami says, Lola? And we have a new character debut, and it's called the Big Mom Pirates, one of the 3 sweet commanders, the Minister of Biscuit, Charlotte Cracker. And that's the end of One Piece chapter 835. So, big reveals over here. So yes, that's how it all ends, Lola.